Fisker Ocean was envisioned as a fresh entrant in the electric vehicle, EV, crossover/mid-size SUV market, one that aimed to combine eco-credentials, clever design, and somewhat accessible pricing, with ambition to compete on range, sustainability, and style. The idea is compelling, but in practice the Ocean oscillates between moments of promise and signs of uneven execution. Starting with the specs, the Ocean comes in several trim levels: Sport, Ultra, Extreme, also One in some markets, which differ by motor configuration, front-wheel drive versus dual motors/all-wheel drive, battery capacity, performance, and features. The entry Sport trim uses a front motor driving the front wheels, with an LFP, lithium iron phosphate, battery pack in many markets, which is cheaper, safer, less energy dense than the NMC, nickel manganese cobalt, pack used in higher trims. The more premium Ultra/Extreme trims get dual motors, all-wheel drive, larger battery capacity, stronger output, and faster acceleration. On range, which is a major selling point, the top trims with the larger battery deliver among the longer EV ranges available. In the WLTP/equivalent European cycle, they're quoted around 440 miles for the Extreme/One trims, with slightly less for the Ultra when equipped with larger wheels. Under US EPA rating, the Extreme/Top trims hit up to about 360 miles on a charge, while the Sport trim is significantly less, somewhere in the 230 to 250 mile range. Charging performance is reasonable. The Ocean supports DC fast charging, though not at as high voltages as some 800V systems, and can replenish from 10–90% in under an hour under good conditions. AC charging times vary with the onboard charger and the supply. In performance, the Extreme/One trims deliver brisk acceleration, 0 to 60 miles per hour/0 to 100 kilometers per hour in the 3.9 to 4.2 second range, while the Sport trim is more modest, often in the 6.8 to 7 second bracket, which for many daily drivers is more than sufficient. But what about space, comfort, design, and the luxury/sustainability aspects? On the inside, the Ocean is cleanly designed. One of its standout features is the use of recycled or reclaimed materials. Recycled fishing nets, textiles from used clothing, rubber, etc., that give it strong appeal if you care about sustainability. The cabin is reasonably spacious, especially for a mid-size SUV. 5 seats, good headroom and legroom up front. Rear seats are somewhat less generous, some complaints that the cushions are a bit short or low, but usable. Cargo capacity is generous for the class. Boot space for luggage/groceries behind the rear seats is solid, and folding the rear seats expands usable space a lot. The infotainment and interior tech are ambitious. A large central touchscreen, 17.1-inch, that can rotate in many trims, between portrait and landscape, which allows different modes, navigation, Hollywood mode for media, etc., along with a digital rearview mirror, camera feed, premium sound systems in upper trims, panoramic roofs/glass roofs in higher trims, and features like California mode, drops the windows and opens the sunroof, in some versions. Aesthetic touches are good. Exterior styling is modern, slightly bold in places, and the design identity, by Henrik Fisker, shows through. It doesn't feel generic. Ride and handling are generally comfortable. There's enough refinement in most conditions, though under hard driving the weight shows, and braking distances are sometimes longer than ideal. Moving to drawbacks, this is where the Ocean is less polished. Software stability and feature completion are weak spots. Complaints about touchscreen bugs, tasks promised but coming soon, missing features that competitors often include, e.g. robust driver assistance features, Apple CarPlay/Android Auto in some markets, clunky or inconsistent responsiveness of controls. Build quality has also been questioned. Some users report hardware quirks, trim fit/finish issues, sensors behaving oddly, issues with key fobs, etc. Importantly, Fisker as a company encountered serious financial troubles, price cuts, production pauses, inventory challenges, and eventually bankruptcy/Chapter 11 proceedings in mid-2024. This has implications not just for future updates or promised features, but for warranty support, service infrastructure, spare parts, and ownership confidence. From a cost/value perspective, the Ocean's lower trim pricing is attractive. The Sport trim in the US MSRP starts around $38,999, while Ultra and Extreme are substantially more, but the range, features, and performance in those higher trims justify much of the premium, when everything works. But once you factor in potential reliability concerns, the risk of delayed or absent features, and Fisker's financial instability, that justification gets murkier. In terms of maintenance, running costs, and EV ownership, the Ocean offers many of the usual EV advantages. Low cost, fuel, electricity versus gas, Fewer moving parts, less routine maintenance. But the warranty coverage is something to scrutinize, especially given Fisker's status during slash after bankruptcy. Summing up, if the Fisker Ocean had been delivered under optimal circumstances, with full feature fulfillment, stable software, consistent build quality, and strong after-sales infrastructure, its value proposition would be excellent, combining long range, sustainability, stylish design, and enough luxury touches to feel premium without going into super luxury pricing. But in reality, its compromises are non-trivial. Some essential features are missing or delayed, software lag and hardware finish don't always match expectations, and there's risk inherent in ownership given the company's financial struggles. So whether the Ocean qualifies as affordable luxury depends heavily on which trim you pick, which market you're in, and how much risk you're willing to assume. For someone wanting an EV with strong range, standout design, eco-friendly materials, and who accepts some rough edges, the Ocean can be a compelling buy. For someone who expects everything to be polished, perfectly executed, and is risk-averse, it may disappoint. On balance, I'd rate it as more than half step ahead in the EV midsize segment, especially among newcomers and startup-built EVs, but it doesn't quite outmatch more established players in terms of reliability, support, and finish. If Fisker, or successors, can stabilize things, deliver promised updates, improve quality, and ensure owner support, the Ocean has the potential to be remembered as an ambitious, trend-setting EV, rather than a cautionary example.